Good evening, students. Once happy new year to all of you, my dear friends and my dear students. Okay, today I am going to discuss about the next part of the meiosis. Okay, already I discussed meiosis 1 in the previous video. The meiosis 1, it forms the two haploid daughter cells. So these two haploid daughter cells, they are involved in the meiosis 2. Now coming to the meiosis 2. See, what are the cells present in the meiosis 1? Those cells are involved in the meiosis 2. Remember. See, I draw here two cells which are produced from the meiosis 1. Okay, already you know very well. This is a cell, and inside of the cell, the important cell organelle is called a double membrane structure is called nucleus. See, this is also nucleus. So, how many cells are involved in the meiosis 2 means two cells which are formed from the meiosis 1. Okay, what happens here? See, inside of the nucleus having chromosomes. So, like this, chromosomes are present in the inside of the nucleus like this. So, once the cell involves in the meiosis 2, it also having four main phases. Already you know what are they? Prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2. See, this cell once involves in the prophase 2, these two cells like this. So, what is the name of this phase? Prophase 2. So, this also prophase 2, and inside of the nucleus consists of chromosomes like this. So, these two cells which are involved in the meiosis 2, what will happen here? First, the chromosomes start to condense. Remember, what is the first change means? Chromosomes start to condense. Chromosomes start to condense. So that is the first change. And next one more change is the nucleus and nuclear membrane, it start to disappear like this. Nucleus and nuclear membrane. See, second function is nucleus, comma, nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane start to disappear. Start to disappear. See, this is the one more change we are noticed in the prophase 2. Then what is the another change means? Here the cell organelles are also start to disappear. What are the cell organelles present in the cell? Those also. Cell organelles start to disappear. See, these are the changes we are noticed in the prophase 2. Once the cell complete the prophase 2, then this cell enter into the second stage of the meiosis 2. See, what is the second stage of meiosis 2 means that is called metaphase 2. Second one, metaphase 2. So, what is metaphase? See here, during the metaphase, these and all disappear, but I will draw here only the cell because of the nucleus and nuclear membrane, everything is disappeared. Then I will draw here only the cell. Then what will happen here? The chromosomes, the condensed chromosomes, they are reaches into center of the cell like this. This is one chromosome. And this is another chromosome. So the chromosomes, they are reaches into the center of the cell like this. So they forms the metaphasic plate. Metaphasic plate. Then the centrosome and centrioles, they moves to the opposite poles. See, this box like arrangement is called centrosome. Both poles of the cell having centrosome, and inside the centrosome having centrioles like this, internal cell organelles. So the centrosomes, they are reaches into opposite poles of the cell. Then this centrosome, it start to formation of spindle fibers towards the centromere of the chromosome. Towards the centromere of the chromosome. Already you know very well where these spindle fibers exactly attached to the chromosome means at the position of the kinetochore. Here one disc shape arrangement is present, both sides of the centromere. This disc shape arrangement is called kinetochore. Kinetochore, and this middle portion is called centromere, and also here this kind of arrangement is called metaphase. During this phase, the chromosomes are clearly visible, and also we are going to study about the chromosomes properly with the help of microscope. During the metaphase is a suitable phase. Why? The chromosomes are fully condensed in this stage, and they reaches into center of the cell. They visible very clearly. Their arrangement is visible very clearly. For that reason, this metaphase is very suitable for to identify the chromosome structure clearly. Okay, during this phase, all chromosomes are reaches into center of the cell, and they forms the metaphasic plate. See this plate, one plate is present between the cell. This plate is called what? Metaphasic plate. Okay, same like here also, same like second cell. This is the second cell, centrosome, and inside of the centrosome having centrioles. What are the changes we are noticed in the one cell? The same changes are also seen in the second cell also. See, and also chromosomes are reaches into the center of the cell like this. Chromosomes are reaches into center of the cell, and also the centromere consists of the kinetochore, and here also the centrosome they forms the spindle fibers towards the centromere which is attached to the kinetochore. So this kind of changes we are noticed in the metaphase 2. Once the metaphase is completed, then the two cells are involved in the one more phase. That phase is called anaphase 2. Anaphase 2. So once the cell enters into the anaphase, what kind of changes we are noticing here? See, this is one cell and this is another cell, and inside of the cell consists of chromosomes like this. So already they are center of the cell. Once the cell enters into the anaphase, the chromosomes are pulled by the sister chromatids. See here, this arm and this arm, each chromosome having one side two arms. Both arms are called as a chromatid. So which are attached to the same centromere. Such kind of arrangements are called chromatids. Chromatids means two arms of the chromosomes which are attached on the same centromere. See here, during this phase, what will happen here? The sister chromatids, see, these two are chromatids, and also here also chromatids. See, these two chromatids, they are pulled by the centrosome. They are pulled by the centrosome like this. Here also. See, the sister chromatids. See, what is this? Chromatids. Chromatids, remember. So, two arms which are attached on the same centromere. This portion of the chromosome is called what? Centromere. So, these two arms they are attached on the centromere, single centromere. So, such kind of arms of the chromosome we are called as a chromatids. So, during this phase, what will happen here? See, this is the centrosome, and the centrosome, it pulls the sister chromatids to the opposite poles of the cell. So, mostly the chromatids, they are reaches into the opposite poles of the cell, remember. So, chromatids pulled by spindle fibers. They reaches into opposite poles of the cell, remember. So these are called what? Spindle fibers, remember. So this is these kind of changes we have, same changes. What are the changes we have noticed here? The same changes here also. What are the changes? The chromatids, they are pulled by the spindle fibers, and finally almost they are reaches into poles of the cell. Almost they are reaches into poles of the cell. See, this is centrosome, both sides, inside the centrioles like this. The spindle fibers almost pull the chromosomes into their opposite poles. Okay, these are the changes we are noticed in the anaphase 2. After completion of the anaphase 2, the cells are reaches into the final stage. What is the final stage means? Telophase 2. Telophase 2. See what kind of changes we are noticed in this phase. So during the telophase, this is one cell and this is another cell. Remember like this. See what kind of changes we are noticed here means the centrosome and centrioles are disappear. Centrosome and centrioles or disappear. Remember what kind of changes we are noticed here? Centrosome and centrioles are disappear. Almost the chromosomes, the chromatids, they forms as a chromosomes like this. Like this, the chromosomes are start to decondense here. Again, what will happen? Chromosomes start to decondense. Chromosomes are start to decondense here. Then what will happen next? See here the nucleus is reforms. That means nucleus and nuclear membrane or reappears like this. What are the next change? Nucleus, comma, nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane reappears. Okay, what are the changes here? Nucleus and nuclear membrane reappears, and also cell organelles also reappears. Cell organelles reappears. So during this phase, it is the last phase in the meiosis 2. See, these are the changes will happen. Then the same changes I am explaining about one cell. The same changes we are noticed here also. See what kind of changes? The chromatids fully converted into chromosomes like this. Then what will happen? Centrosome and centrioles are disappear. Then what will happen? The chromosomes are started to decondense. Then next the nucleus and nuclear membrane reappears, and also cell organelles also reappear. So in the both cells the same kind of changes we are noticing. So after completion of the telophase, these two cells are involved in the one important process. What is the process means? Cytokinesis. What is that? Cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means division of the cytoplasm. Division of the cytoplasm. See, this is one cell, and the cytoplasm is depends into like this. The membrane is depends into the cytoplasm like this. Here also one more cell. The membrane is depends towards the cytoplasm. Already you know, inside of the cell having chromosomes like this. These are the chromosomes. Already it forms a complete nucleus and nuclear membrane in the both cells. Here also nucleus and nuclear membrane, like this. So this depends of the cell membrane towards the cytoplasm. Then this depends will helps to divide the each cell into two daughter cells. See, this is one cell, another cell. Here also like this, one cell, another cell. So inside of the cell consists of nucleus and nuclear membrane and also the chromosomes. So important cell organelles are also we see that this stage. Okay, here four haploid daughter cells will form. See these four haploid daughter cells, four haploid daughter cells, it forms the gametes. Remember, gametes means male and female gametes. When this meiosis occurs in the male organism, it forms the male gamete. Gametes means male and female. Already you know, male indicates what? Sperms, and female indicates ova. So only the reproductive cells like sperm cells or ova is formed from the meiosis II. It is a reductional division. Remember, meiosis is a reductional division. So one diploid cell, it divides into four haploid daughter cells. These four haploid daughter cells, they forms the reproductive cells, either male or female. It occurs in the male, it forms the sperm cells, and it occurs in the female, it forms the ova. Remember that. So this is about complete information of the meiosis. So what is the importance of meiosis means the chromosomes number is controlled by the meiosis process, and also we have so many genetic variations with the help of meiosis. So the different chromosomes during the meiosis one, the crossing over will occurs. During the crossing over, what will happen? One chromosome, it send their genetic material into the another chromosome. That means another chromatid. So the exchange of genetic material between the two chromatids, it leads to the genetic variations. So this kind of variations is very helpful to the survival of the organisms, say either animals or plants or any organisms. Okay students, this is about the meiosis II. Okay, this chapter cell cycle and cell division is completed. Now tomorrow I am going to take one more chapter, that is +2 chapter, genetics. Okay, if you want to take screenshot, you will take. Thank you very much.